Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday night for Donovan Live. We have a full lineup for you tonight, and here we go. Disney has decided you cannot have both. Find out why you'll no longer be able to stream your favorite movies from the mouse over on Netflix. Today's talented pet considers himself a bit of a weather geek. Find out what Casimir the cat relies on to help him predict the weather. Plus, the Cuyahoga County Fair is in full swing. Tonight we'll discuss how they've prepared for this year's festivities, from 4-H events and food to ride inspections and, of course, your safety. Donovan Live begins right now. And good evening again. A country music legend has died. New questions surrounding a fatal accident to a Kent State football practice and player. And two big names in TV signed big contracts. Chris Ty has all of that in tonight's 77 Seconds at 7.
We start at Kent State. Remember that incoming freshman who died during football practice from hyperthermia, the inability to cool the body? Well, CBS Sports reports the school has been unable to prove that the strength coach that day, Ross Bauscher, has proper certification from the NCAA. CBS says he's the only member of the strength and conditioning team without certification.
They will be met with fire and fury.
President Trump pledging major retaliation if North Korea continues to threaten nuclear action against the U.S. This coming just hours after reports the U.S. intelligence officials believe North Korea does have the ability to fit a nuclear weapon inside a missile that could strike the United States. Two pieces of TV news tonight. The richest woman on television will remain on the tube until the year 2021 at least. Judge Judy makes $49 million a year. She'll be 79 at the end of this deal. And David Letterman is getting a new talk show. He signed a new deal to produce a handful of shows for Netflix. And finally tonight, Glenn Campbell has died. The legendary country and pop music singer that charmed a nation with his aw shucks charm and velvety voice has died after his public battle with Alzheimer's disease. Glenn Campbell was 81. A sad passing in the music world. And now to a new segment, the most Donovan Live thing I saw on the internet today. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Take a look at this from Magic Johnson. Happy anniversary to my dream team teammates. It's been 25 years since we took home the gold in Barcelona.
I was over in Barcelona there, and anytime they went out in public over in Barcelona, it was like the Beatles coming to go on the Ed Sullivan Show. I mean, there were just sirens and police escorts. It was unbelievable.
Because for viewers of a certain age, in that era, you never had superstar teams.
No.
Now, these are common, not just in the Olympics, but actually in the league.
Yeah, and the other thing was, I mean, lost was the competition for the gold medal in basketball, men's basketball, because they were so great.
Sure.
I mean, you know, you couldn't stay within 70 points of them, but everybody wanted to just see them. And it was amazing. It really was.
And that wraps up the most Donovan Live thing I saw on the internet today.
25 years.
Hard to believe.
Oh, boy. I'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Okay.
As always, there may have been some kind of divine intervention over the weekend at the St. Casimir Festival in Cleveland. A few people noticed a dog wandering around the festival, looking severely malnourished at that. And then Melissa Sukina stepped in after hanging out with the pup all night, even showing it a few of her dance moves. She rescued him and brought the dog home. He now goes by the name Tysky, named, of course, after a beer served at that festival. Tysky is getting checked out by a vet in Lake County, so he can now live a normal life. Good for him. We're exactly 6 months away from the open of the 2018 Winter Olympic Games. Let's get in the mood right now, can we? Absolutely. That music brings it all home. Well, tonight, NBC's Jay Gray has a closer look at the final preparations going on in South Korea, Team USA, and how political tensions in that region could affect the games.
It's quiet here now, stadiums and arenas waiting for the world. And in just 6 months, the world will be here. Fans and athletes filling these venues for the start of the 2018 Winter Olympic Games.
To be able to compete at that stage, which is such a dream come true.
As the excitement builds, the actual building is all but done. South Korean officials say Olympic preparations are 97% complete, and Team USA is ready as well.
You know, I'm looking forward to putting everything on the line.
But there is another line, just 150 miles or so from the host city. the border with North Korea, where there is growing concern leading up to the games. Global tensions high as the country continues ballistic missile tests, and in the wake of new UN sanctions, today a direct threat. North Korea's official news agency saying there's no bigger mistake than the U.S. believing that its land is safe.
It's scary.
And as they train, the athletes are aware of the unrest.
Yeah, there's some fears around North Korea. I'm sure they'll have great security, but yeah, it's definitely like a little bit of a gray area.
Still, for most, their focus is on the competition.
Let the games begin.
In 6 months, they will. Jay Gray, NBC News.
6 months away. Now, from the best airlines and the best-selling wine to an announcement that was just made by Disney that affects your TV habits. Danielle Serino is alongside with tonight's One for the Money.
All right. If I had to guess, you only watch TV on cable or satellite, correct?
Cable.
Okay. You might want to look into streaming services. I'm going to explain to you why. You can watch them on your device. But
Okay.
the first news is this big news. Disney announcing that it's kicking Netflix to the curb and it is launching its own streaming service for all of its movies. In fact, it's taking all of its movies out of Netflix by 2019. But this is what affects you.
What?
Disney is also launching its own ESPN video streaming service next year. 10,000 sporting events each year, content from MLB, NHL, MLS, college sports, tennis Grand Slam events, all the things.
And how will I see that? How will I watch that?
Well, if you sign up for their service, you can get it on your phone, you can get it on your laptop, you can get it while you're at the Bridgestone making fun of me not being there.
That was
exactly.
cruel. I agree.
Yeah, okay. You can watch it anywhere you want. You could also watch it when you take those fancy charter flights with the Browns as well. But
Go ahead.
I bet they don't fly Hawaiian Airlines for their charters.
No, we do not.
Well, you are missing out because the Department of Transportation ranked it #1 of 12 airlines in their yearly survey ratings for on-time arrival, mishandled baggage, and how often they bump passengers. God knows how United did there. But Virgin America and JetBlue were at the bottom of the list. Who's your choice?
Now to the important time.
Yeah, what do you drink when you're on that plane?
Absolutely.
Well, what's your poison of choice?
A Diet Coke.
Well, I prefer.
Do you want me to say something else?
No, that's it.
A nice cold Heineken.
Okay, there you go.
All right,
Manly
yeah,
thing.
there you go.
I happen to prefer wine, and I was shocked to hear that more people are drinking rosé than any other type of wine.
I just saw a big piece about that it's become a really a
Christy
phenom.
Brinkley
Yeah,
just launched
that's
her
right.
own.
Yeah.
The largest wine and spirit store in New York City says sales are up 60% over the past year. That's more than Prosecco, Cabernet, Pinot Grigio, and Chardonnay, according to the Nielsen research. And here's what's so funny. You know, a lot of people identify rosé wine as like mom wine.
Right.
But going back to the 14th century when it first started making the rounds around the world, it was the drink of nobility.
Really?
Yes, so go buy a box of it and you'll be real popular.
Have you tried it and liked it?
I do not like rosé.
Okay, all right.
I poo-poo my nose at that, but apparently I'm not trendy.
Okay, now beyond my Heineken or Diet Coke, what is your drink of choice on a flight? A nice red?
A Chardonnay, actually. I drink a Chardonnay.
Well, there you
very,
go.
very obvious trite, but you know, and that's one for the money.
There you go. Still ahead on Donovan Live, a man in Pennsylvania missed a key step in Burglary 101 to never leave a trace. But it's how authorities found his DNA that has people talking. And Matt is in for Betsy tonight. Hi, Matt.
Hey there, Jimmy. Great night for rosé, perhaps out on the deck. We've got beautiful conditions once again across Northeast Ohio, but that may change as we go through the latter half of the week. I've got your forecast coming up.
Beautiful weather for the fair, and the folks from the fair are with us tonight in studio. Everything you need to know about the Cuyahoga County Fair when Donovan Live returns after a break.
Channel 3 News at 7. Donovan Live is made possible by Adventure Auto Group, where you can get real deals from real people.
It's happening right now, the 121st Cuyahoga County Fair. It's a staple of the summer for many right here in Northeast Ohio, and this year promises not to disappoint anybody. So today joining me, the fair president, Tim Fowler, and our friend of Donovan Live at 7, always when there's a big fair or a festival, Oktoberfest, but now, of course, we're talking about the fair. Candace Tracy joins me to discuss what is going on because the fair has started, right?
It has. It started yesterday evening at 5 p.m. It goes through Sunday until 10 o'clock.
Unfortunately, we got to talk about the safety issue because that just hit us, and it hit us hard down in Columbus. So tell us what provisions you have taken and how everything has checked out.
Well, Jim, the whole fair industry has been impacted by this. Yeah, drastically. And yet we've had a number of safety issues in place for years. But on top of what's happened this year, we've gone beyond what's normal. And so we've worked with our ride provider. They've assured us that they've had their state license in its current. We've witnessed that. We've had the state inspectors do their inspection yesterday on the rides. The state marshal has authorized our rides to go on. They've indicated in their report there are no significant impacts on the Midway at our county fair this year.
All right, good to hear. Now on to the fair. Okay, Candace,
on to the fair.
Tee you up, here we go, because when you go hungry.
Go hungry.
All right,
and you know
because
what?
look at this. Look
You've
at
got
the
such a
wide
nice
array of everything.
We do, Jimmy.
Take it
and
away.
You know what? We have longtime concessionaires with the fair for a very long time. I just talked to some of the concessions that let me bring the food tonight. 81 years they've been with the fair. Wow. I mean, and these are all family businesses that they pass down from generation to generation. You've got everything from the kettle corn. You got Evans Family Fudge, and they're nuts. They're delicious. DeRusso's Italian sausage, which is always a big favorite. Becker's Donuts right here locally in North Home, in the greater NEO here, and big longtime concessionaires of the fair. You know, the Kohler family, Kohler Concessions, the Ottebacher family, the Morlock family, all giving us food today. And we brought you a whole pizza day from the pizza shop.
All right.
So you got to check that out. You've got plenty to eat after, and even DeShelly's Stromboli. It's pretty delicious. And Hershey's Chicken Paprikash.
Tell us about the discount days that you're telling us about.
Absolutely, Jimmy. Tomorrow we have free before, actually Wednesday and Thursday, free before 3. Arrive at Meeting Gate, all ages, free before 3, half-price wristbands.
Okay, big events coming up.
Big events coming up. We have a Monster Truck Show on Thursday night.
Always a big one.
Always a big one. A lot of noise, a lot of dust. We have a rodeo coming in where they're going to have bucking bulls and actually cow roping and talented horses. And a lot of activity.
Anyone
there.
to sing Amarillo by morning?
No, not me, that's for sure. And then we're going to have the tribute band, Pink Floyd, on Saturday night. Spectacular fireworks. We've got Demolition Derby on Sunday.
All right, ticket information.
Ticket information. You can come to our gates and get our tickets.
And here we have it right here. Free parking every day. The fair open till 11 every day.
And CuyFair.com, Jimmy.
There you go.
CUYFAIR.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right, Candace, as always, Tim, thanks very much for coming
welcome,
in.
Jimmy.
And that's
Thank you
encouraging about all the safety
We're glad we're
precautions.
doing as much as we can.
Absolutely. Still ahead, I asked you all, does your dog suffer from separation anxiety? See the one simple thing you can do to help ease their worries while you're away. And Matt's forecast is coming up too, right after another timeout. Trending tonight, technology to keep your pets occupied while you're away from home. A burglary gone wrong and a way to get your pizza without any human contact. With food from the fair, I welcome back in Danielle and Chris Ty. And Danielle, to you, Chris and I have an open Chardonnay breathing in the back.
Oh, bring it on.
It goes very nice with the chicken paprika.
Or the funnel cake.
There you go.
All right, here's what we have tonight. If you feel guilty leaving your dog at home alone, you can now buy audiobooks to leave on for them while you're away. They're described as having a smooth and consistent tone of voice. The idea was inspired by a 2015 study showing that audiobooks reduce stress better than regular music. I have to admit, I leave my TV on for the dogs. when I go
leave
out.
music on for my cats. I leave on that soothing, like earthy, crunchy station. You know,
like Anya,
Naturescapes. Yeah, whatever. One of those.
Okay.
There are apps built to help us go to sleep. There's this guy. He'll talk like very softly. I can't remember what the name of the app is, but it's
the Golf Channel.
That's right. Bingo.
All right. A burglary in PA has been outed thanks to his own body. Authorities say Andrew David Jensen was connected to this crime because he used the bathroom and he did not flush.
Typical man.
But explain what. I know
wait just a second.
I'm sorry.
I know this is the dinner hour, but what, they can go through what's left behind
sample,
in a
sure.
DNA size?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, same way they, can detect drugs, I would imagine they could detect DNA, especially if he's in the system.
Sure.
Or back in the 1960s, if you went to a Boston Bruins game at the old Boston Garden.
The Trop.
Yeah, that's right. From bathroom breaks to pizza, Little Caesars is rolling out a pizza portal
I'm hungry after
that allows you to pick up your order without ever making human contact at all. You order through the app, get a 3-digit code, and you use it to open the pizza portal outside the store.
Are consumers clamoring for no human contact?
No, because it's taking away jobs, A. But B, this could cut down on robberies, or burglaries, rather.
Oh, that's true.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
or
very
robbers,
true. I mean,
robbers.
we've covered some awful stories about that in that film.
Now you don't have to worry about
Whatever
them coming
happened
into the
to you just go up to the shop, you go in,
Get a slice.
you know that you get a slice.
You
get a slice. You get a slice, right?
Yeah.
You're from New York. You got a
I know,
slice.
we get slices.
Right.
Not this.
Okay.
Fair.
All right. That's what's trending tonight. Let's check in with Matt. He has his forecast. Hi, Matt.
I don't know who you're supposed to blame if there's a hair in the pizza, if that's the case with those.
Oh, gosh.
Yep, you just yell at the machine. All right, no yelling at our weather forecast today. We did have a couple puffy clouds, but overall high pressure continues to be in firm control. We've got a wind out of the north blowing in that drier, cooler air. Temperatures generally in the mid to upper 70s still. A great night for the Cuyahoga County Fair, Ashtabula County Fair kicking off as well. It is beautiful across northeast Ohio. And that drier air has built its way all the way down to the Tennessee Valley. You get down towards the south, that's where all that humidity that we grow accustomed to this time of year is. It's so far away from us. And yeah, with that humidity comes some tropical moisture, and we've got a tropical storm. In fact, Franklin rolled through the Yucatan, about to head out over the Gulf of Mexico once again, and then eventually into Mexico. So not a concern